Apparently I'm not the oldest person on YouTube who vlogs anymore.
You're not?
It's a trend. Mike's over here. His breakfast. What is your breakfast? I mean, this is not breakfast. This is like, we always have like a little morning, a little something. Just a little something in the morning.
I had
you already ate it.
cinnamon bun and 30 grams of protein in my coffee. Scoop of One Up Nutrition, half a cup of Fairlife milk, 31 grams
It
actually.
looks good. I like the color. That
So for you ladies that say, I can't get enough protein in, it's got 50, real easy, just like that.
Just like that. I'm trying desperately to start this day. Definitely later. Later than I like to start my week, but I'm still catching up from lack of sleep from traveling. We had like 48 hours whirlwind trip back home because I had to do the podcast, and I just cut the trip real short, but I had to get a lot of stuff in that trip, and visiting, because I stayed with my cousin and we stayed up late talking both nights I was there, because I wanted to just like maximize every minute while I was there, catch up and everything, and I didn't sleep that many hours, so I feel like my body always reclaims that whenever I do that. It's like I can do that, but then my body, this is vitamin C serum, by the way, from Naturium. I know that. I use that in the mornings. I do that, but my body will always say, okay, I'll give it to you, but I gotta get it back. And that's what this last couple days, I've been sleeping like a champ. And the late start is not good, because then I feel like behind, and I hate that. And let's face it, I always have more things to do than I have time to do it in. Whenever I'm in here in the bathroom, the dogs are always on the bed, like having just the time of their lives. They're playing, but they have a sight. They have eyes on me, so they know they can play and know that they'll know if, I'm done. It's so cute. All right, well, I'm just trying to kind of put myself together here. I put on some workout clothes. I have some calls starting at, I have half hour before I have my calls starting. It is Monday, last day of June. I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, time to talk to my clients about how they feel about where they're at for midway through the year. A little sunscreen. This is still my favorite, by far my favorite sunscreen. Paula's Choice, because it's a thin consistency, so it doesn't leave like a white cast through your makeup. I find that before I sit down at my desk, come in here, do my skincare, and then go sit down and put on a little, get dressed and go sit down and put on a little makeup, that's a better routine for me because I'll tell you what happens sometimes. I will go sit at my desk first and I'm just gonna do a few things. I will get stuck there working for like 4 hours. And then I don't get dressed at all for the day or get ready for the day, or I'll get ready, but it's like a few hours away from getting unready. So, and then I'm productive, but not in a good, positive way. Hard to explain, but I don't recommend doing that. This stuff is, I'm definitely getting the refill on this stuff. This stuff is worth it. The Whipped Argan Oil Body Butter by Josie Moran. Of all the lotions and body butters I've used for a long time, including like Sol de Janeiro, this one, even hours later and spending time in the sun or whatever, and your skin still feels moisturized. It doesn't feel dried out. That is, and the cool thing is now that I have the jar, I only have to buy the refills. So it's a little cheaper, but it leaves your skin, it gives you like this like glistening look on your skin, and it stays that way all day. So not just right when you apply it. Oh, it's good stuff. It is good stuff, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go into the closet. Put you guys over here. See inside my closet. Look at that, you guys. It's not jam-packed. So proud of us and our lack of stuff. I definitely have more stuff than Mike. He uses more of the dresser. But we're not like jam-packed to the gills in here. And the way in which, this is like bathing suits all in this basket. The way in which I organized it is easy to keep organized. Very easy. So, okay, now let's see. A work day in the life, because not that I'll show you guys actual work because you're not gonna want to see that, but I will let you know when I'm working. The reason I'm doing that is because I feel like I only vlog when it's like my day of going out and doing all these, you know, like running around and errands and getting my nails done, as if that's all I do. And I think it creates this perception sometimes that, oh, like all influencers do is errands, and they think that's work or whatever. It's just, I just see comments like that all the time. And I'm like, no guys, it's because we don't film, you know, when you're sitting at the computer for hours. Or when you don't film a day that you're just working. You film when you're doing something a little different, so there's something to show. So there's that. I am literally gonna throw on the quickest makeup right now because I just want to make myself a little presentable. So I did my bronzing liquid, this stuff, which it's about to be 20 minutes. I have my first call, and then I have calls for 3 straight hours. So that's what I'm gonna do. So you saw my morning routine. It was pretty routine, other than I didn't pick up the camera when I walk the dog. So I get up in the morning and I take the dogs on a walk, just a quick one. Those are quick walks just to go potty. And then I come in, I make my hydration drink. I drink that first, take my morning pills that have to be on an empty stomach, my medication for my thyroid, and then I sit there for half an hour, and then I have like an hour, and then I have caffeine. And while I'm doing that, Mike and I usually chit chat. We kind of game plan the day, what we have going on with our individual schedules, and then what we're gonna do together, which today we'll be working out. We'll be heading to the gym together after I'm done with my morning calls. But before we go to the gym, I'll take the dogs out for another potty break and give them their first meal. So anyways, that's where we're at. So right now I'm just trying to get quick ready for the day. I don't have like, I was gonna say I don't have filming, but I'm filming for you guys, but I'm not like gonna get ready is what I mean. We have decided, well, I have to give you guys an update on how that is, but I've been having such a hard time getting up in the morning, and it's because we put these room darkening curtains on our window, and they go from ceiling to floor, and the room is so pitch black that it's messing the circadian rhythm up because we don't know when the daylight is. We used to wake up when the daylight creeped through the shutters in our old house. So now I think this is going to be better when we get our window treatments are coming in because they're light filtering, so they allow light in. And then we can leave our curtains a little cracked open. But I think even we're just gonna leave the curtains cracked open tonight to see if we wake up a little earlier tomorrow when the sun comes in. It'll be nicer when we have the actual shades installed though, because those got delayed. They're back ordered, but they should be in the month of July at some point being installed. So. But we're gonna try to see if I will show you guys what I eat today. So I had a protein bar already, and I'll show you guys lunch. Will I have lunch before I go to the gym? Yeah, probably. We'll see. This is a Maybelline Super Lock Brow Gel. And I like it. I've realized that brow products is definitely a drugstore item. All right, you guys, that is the gist of this makeup, and it is gonna have to do it. This is one of those hard times as a creator because I'm supposed to vlog today, and everything in me wants to just scrap the vlog and scrap all the work that I have for the rest of the day, because I got some bad news about my son's dog, and it is like these moments that, it just reminds me that when people share their lives, you only see the good, and so you think like they don't have any problems. It must be their life must be so good and mine is not. That's what makes me think like maybe I should share But it's like, I don't even know. If I will. I don't know. It's so hard. So I got on the call. So I just finished up my client calls for the day too. There's, when something happens that's bad and kind of derails you from being in your good, happy, chipper, motivated self, the first thing I want to do is go to bed. It's the first thing I want to do. I want to cancel everything, go to bed, and do nothing. That's my first inclination on how to handle. I'm an avoidant. How to handle stress and grief. But I've gotten better about that, about kind of like pushing through when I need to. So I had my team call with my kids. We're all on it, and I knew as soon as I flicked on the camera, my son flicked on his camera, that something was wrong. And he's like, I didn't want to, tell you guys on the meeting. This is basically a family call. I didn't want to do it this way, but I can't hold it together. Like, his dog, who's a boxer, who lived with me, my dog too, basically, but his dog, started urinating blood, and they took him to the doctor and he got a scan done, and apparently, long story short, he has lymphoma. Prognosis is not good. With no treatment, it's very rapid, 1 to 2 months. We don't even know if it's treatable yet. Where he's going to have the oncology appointment in a week, and then we'll be able to make more decisions. But at best, a year, which would be the best case scenario, and the worst case scenario is he has weeks to live, and that is devastating to me on so many levels. But one of the hardest things about me leaving home, was part of me, and I just shared this with Mike, like, I'm so happy and I love everything about my life, but part of me, there's a little piece of my heart that not complete, because my son's not with me. But I would always told myself that, like, I'm just so happy he has Apollo, though, because they're so tight, and that made me feel better, knowing he had his dog. He's a grown man, he has friends and all of that, but I don't know, it just made me feel better. And just the thought of him maybe not having him, it makes it really hard to be away. It's just life, you guys. And as a parent, when your kids aren't good, you're not good. It's just so hard. But, these are the moments when you're faced with how to deal with it. How are you going to come out on the other side? And the hardest thing as a parent is because you don't have control over that. You can control how you handle the weight. But then your worry comes from how are they handling the weight? Like, how is he going to handle this? Is he going to recover from this? It's hard. And I have Charles over here consoling me. It is devastating. And, like I said, I don't even know if what I'm saying isn't making any sense, but my first desire is to retreat and then emerge again when I can show happiness again. But then what does that do? That just shows people that people on the internet only have the best lives and they don't have stress and stuff. And and then there's the financial aspect of it. There's possibly treatment that can give him some quality months that it could, and of course we're going to do everything we can but it's extremely expensive. But we'll figure it out, because you know, when you have a pet, you owe it to them to do everything that you can. Some people would say, like, why would you spend all that money to give them a year? Because if you think about it, perspective-wise, 1 year for them is like 7 years for us. So if you had a treatment that could keep you alive for 7 years, would you do it? I'm gutted for my son. Just gutted for him. So what do I do? I ask, getting into bed and shutting off from the day, like I want to do right now. I'm in my room. Doesn't take anything away. It doesn't make it go away. Still got to deal with it. These are the times, someone might turn to alcohol, doesn't take the problems away. They're going to be waiting for you. So, these are the moments that you push through. I don't have all the answers for sure. But these are those moments where it's like, yep, there it is. I remember this feeling. It's like, these are the moments when you don't want to do anything. You just want to do nothing. But life is always going to be full of these moments. That's why you cherish the good, and you smell the roses, and you enjoy those happy days, because they're not all days are happy days. It's just life, and we all go through it. Everybody has shit, this is at the forefront right now, like the main pressing thing, but I have plenty of other things as well. But it's just a reminder that you got to keep going regardless. So I'm devastated here. Here I was thinking we were teetering with our other dog, the Frenchie, and now we get blindsided with the 8-year-old boxer having just weeks to live. It's just crazy. We lost how long was that? 9 years ago now. 9 years in August, I lost my boxers. I had boxers when the kids grew up with boxers. And I lost Lola. They were litter mates. I lost Lola. And then 4 months later, her brother Barkley died. Tyler was so devastated that I remember I went home one day and I'm like, do you want another boxer? Would you want another boxer? He was how old was he? 17. And I said, let's get one. I'm going to get one, but he's going to be yours. And we flew. He picked him and we flew to Arkansas to get him. I'll never forget that trip and how happy Apollo was when Tyler picked him up. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna cry it out for a little bit. And then I'm gonna go back to this day, because that's what life is about, You can't crawl into bed. when everything's not going right. It doesn't solve any problems. See what I'm doing? All right, you guys, I'm gonna eat. I'm eating a Polish sausage. They're not the most macro friendly, but I make it work because I use the Hero buns. And how much? Oh my God, I didn't bring my glasses down here. Lord help me, I think up there.
You should turn the light on the kitchen shelf there, right?
Huh?
Video.
This light?
Yeah, there you go. That'll look better in your video.
All right, so 11 grams of protein in here. There's 12 grams of protein in the, oh, I do have my glasses. They're sitting right here. I'm just losing my mind today. My mind is not right. So hello, cutie. Aww. So I'm gonna cut some onion. gym. Wasn't the most epic workout, but I'm proud of myself for at least going and getting it done, because, you know, I just didn't want to do much today, but it's one of those days where you think about those moments and you're like, yeah, this is those moments that I preach about, you know, because it's so much easier to talk about it after it's passed, but to be in it and talk about it, that's challenging, especially for me, because I've always been someone that, like, once I come out of the fog, that's when I can talk about it, and I'll share all day long. But sometimes I feel like the best way you can help others is by sharing it in the moment, you know? It's hard when you have to function in sadness. And I think, like, as a parent, of all the things I've gone through, grief, losing my mom, you know, losing animals, the hardest is when it's the pain of your children. Obviously my pain too, because I'm so sad about Apollo, which is the boxer, but I'm aching over the pain that my son is enduring and going to endure throughout this process. Yeah. So it's hard, but you know what? This is those times where you do it anyway, you do it messy, you do it not as good, but you do it because it's not going to make you feel worse. Would I feel any better right now if I was in my bed? Nope, definitely not. And it would be that much harder for me to get out of bed tomorrow. So we move on. We still function with a heaviness and fear and all the other things. But I do feel better. After my workout, I feel a little bit better. I don't feel worse, I should say. Let's see what else we got going on today. I'm gonna go home. I did get through my client check-ins. Got those done. I have some emails that I did not get to, so I need to get those done. I still have to do some editing, dinner, walk the dogs. I have a lot to do, actually, and it's almost 6. So what that tells me is it's not all going to get done, but we'll do the best we can. I will show you what we're having for dinner. Mike will probably whip something up, but I'll show you. And I did get my supplements done, which that was kind of mindless. It allowed me to kind of just zone out and do it. I love doing it only once a month. It's a pain when you have to do it, but it's so much easier to do it once a month rather than weekly. It just feels like the weekly comes around so fast. So, yeah. We just keep trucking along. Charles always waits for me. He is a loyal one. Oh, look what we got here. Oh, watch out. I don't want any problems. Go up there, Charles. Go to the couch. Go lay down. Go. Get up there. Good boy.
It's yours.
Oh, look at that. It was like Chick-fil-A, but better.
Better. I bet you mine's is better.
Better.
I did the sauce, but only half a serving.
So the sauce, we did half a serving of sauce and then sugar-free ketchup so that you still get the volume and you kind of still get the essence. Oh, and look at that.
Spoiled.
Spoiled.
You gotta live and cook. Bet your mine's is better than Chick-fil-A.
Chef Boyar Mike. All right, you guys, so we just traveled and we decided to, you know what, we're at the airport, like, let's just get Chick-fil-A. Hadn't had that in a long time.
Nope.
It made Mike sick. Like, he went straight to the toilet as soon as we got home. His stomach was in knots the entire flight.
Yep.
We're just so used to not eating stuff like that. We eat this at home, and it wasn't even like, oh, this is so delicious. I was like, it's okay. I mean,
heavy. Felt heavy.
You know, it wasn't. I'd much rather have this. And guess what? It's not going to make us sick, for sure.
Nope.
So, I'm going to enjoy this.
This isn't cooked in nasty fried oil. Who God knows when they change their grease, whatever.
I know, that's why I think you get sick.
Grease trap or whatever they.
Yeah, they don't change their grease. Yeah, and they don't change it frequent enough. We used to change ours, but
Disgusting.
I could always tell when a place doesn't change their grease trap. Like, that's how I can tell a donut shop is good donuts versus bad donuts. Bad donuts are made in dirty grease. Like, they don't change their whole oil out often enough. Yeah. Anyways. All right, you guys, I'll see you in a bit. You guys want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? Oh, you're so happy. You're so happy. Let's go for a walk. Is one of the saddest days I've had in a very long time. That's for sure. I am the only game that I've in bed trying to find something to watch and, you know, enjoying.
Why are you doing this podcast tour? Because you're putting yourself out there.
Charles play with his little gator. He brought it all the way upstairs. It's bittersweet tonight. Because Mama is very sad, huh, Phoebes? Mama's so sad. I guess Dateline sounds like a good option. Because I'm already down. Why not watch some murder mystery? Popcorn, of course. Charles, say goodnight. Good night.